Hello sweet tooth lovers, it's your girl Claire, and as usual I'm here to bring you the best of desserts that you can even possibly imagine, just for you to be able to make them at home and comfortably and enjoy them with your loved one, with your family, for a party, whatever you need the desserts for. I'm here to teach you. Let's get to it.
Ready?
Yes, ready. Alright, cool. Are you ready? We're going to be making tiramisu. Who doesn't love tiramisu? I am obsessed with tiramisu. So basically, the basic ingredients for tiramisu are, we've got eggs here, we've got cream, mascarpone cheese. Is this creamy, sweet. I love it. It's so creamy and delicious. I've got some castor sugar, coffee, and of course everything else. Now, I did make lady fingers, which I will show you in another one of my episodes. So subscribe and you'll be able to know how to make lady fingers. As for now, I'll just use my ready-made lady fingers because I cut them as per my cup. But initially, they're meant to be finger-shaped. Lady fingers are finger-shaped, but I just curve them to my own shape so I can be able to work with them. So what you do start with is egg yolk. We do not want anything other than the egg yolk. So I'm just gonna separate that real quick. Now, the thing about knowing how to make desserts is you have to be able to be open about things, because you don't know if you're gonna have it raw, because this is actually raw eggs. Yeah, now that's why you shouldn't know how to make things if you're gonna be sensitive to it. So just don't think about it. It turns out extremely creamy, and just be open about everything because then the dessert, it just turns out pretty good. Now that I have enough egg yolks, so I'm gonna add about a third a cup of sugar. Now I don't want it too sweet, and I'm not making a lot, so I'll just put a third a cup. But if you're making more, then it usually has about 5 raw egg yolks, but I'm just gonna put a third because I only have 3 egg yolks anyway. And then what we're gonna do is beat this until it becomes a pale yellow, because then that's for, like, depending on the strength of your beater, depending on the strength of your beater, you need to beat it almost for a minute, 5 minutes or so. So you see that it's becoming a bit pale. So this is good. It's just basically nice. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for this pale yellow kind of look, and then it thickens. So that's what we're looking for. Now in this, I'm gonna add my mascarpone. Mascarpone is a cream cheese that is absolutely creamy, and just look at that. Mostly you can leave it and remove it at room temperature, but I don't mind. I just dip it right in, because I'm going to take it to the fridge anyway. But it's easier to work with when it's at room temperature. And I'm just going to beat that right through. Say hi! This is my daughter. She's stuffing her face with Oreos. Now, for those who don't like having raw eggs, if you don't want to have raw eggs, what you could do is when you beat the egg mixture, you could put on a double boiler, whereby a double boiler is where you have a pot and you've got hot water inside, and then you place the glass as is on the hot water. You have to make sure the pot, it doesn't touch the water, and just beat that in there so that it could cook the egg a little bit. But I absolutely love this dessert as is with the raw eggs, so I won't do that. So I'm going to beat just for a bit of volume. I want some more volume in my cream there for my tiramisu. So I'm going to beat that real quick. Just pop this open. You just want about a half a cup for the mixture, because again, I'm not making a lot. And whilst that's sitting there, I'm gonna add my instant coffee to my water, because I'm going to use this for my lady fingers. I'm going to dip that in there. Let me beat this and add boil. I just love tiramisu. Everything about it is just so delicious. I can have a whole 5 kgs of tiramisu by myself in a sitting. Can you see this? I'm eating. So once this is, it just peaks up real good, and you have it. You want to look for that stiffness. I just want it to be a bit stiff. Consistency I'm looking for. So this is a consistency I'm looking for. Not that stiff, just a bit runny, because I still want my cream to be nice and smooth. So I'm just gonna fold that in there. Now when you're folding, you do use a spatula or something flat so you don't lose the bubbles. But I'm just gonna use my spoon real quick and just cream that all up in there. Oh yes, beautiful. Look at that, rich, creamy, delicious. Just absolutely heavenly. Now you could add a little bit of vanilla essence in there, but I just tend to not want to tamper with the taste of the mascarpone and the eggs and the cream. It's just delicious as is, but you could add like 2 drops of vanilla extract, or my favorite, caramel extract. So now I have my lady fingers, which I chopped up. So what I'm gonna do is, I have this glass right here. Let me move these egg whites. Take this out. So I've got this mixture. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna pour in a bit of that cream right at the bottom, so that you have a nice dollop of it, and then tip that in the coffee, which has cooled, by the way. Make sure it's cooled, because then you're going to cook the eggs in your pudding, which you don't want, and just layer that. So I'm going to keep on layering it. I'll just bring some more of that sauce. Let me just pour it. Oh, lovely. That is absolutely beautiful. And then I will add more of those lady fingers, which I'll just dip in the, because of the fact that I've got a very shallow glass, I don't want to overfill it with the lady fingers, but you will still get a nice spoonful of that delicious cake. Now lady fingers is just basically the batter for sponge cake. No butter, no oil, it's just egg, flour, sugar, simple. But I will be teaching you how to make the lady fingers in another episode, so stay tuned. Now once that is done, it doesn't have to be perfectly covered, it's fine, because when you dip your spoon into that, you'll just get the lovely layer. So what I'm going to do is put this in the fridge to chill overnight or for 5 hours. So this is the one that I've gotten from the fridge that's been setting. It's actually set overnight, that makes it perfect. And what I'm going to do is just take a bit of the cocoa powder and just gently pour that, or rather sieve that through, and put that right there. And that is perfect. Now you could do this before you put it in the fridge, but I prefer to put it after, because then it just disappears in the pudding and it just gets wet. But there you have it, my home version tiramisu. I love tiramisu, like I'm obsessed with tiramisu. Anywhere I go, I always be like, do you have tiramisu? And just look at that. That is what I was talking about. The layers of the cake and the pudding and everything else is just And what I love about this dessert, you cannot taste the egg. Literally, it disappears in there, and it's just so creamy and so good. And I just love making it for parties and anything else that I have guests over. It's just perfect for that. Cheers. Someone's complaining I have to go feed. So for more of these recipes on the desserts and all the delicious stuff that I make, do subscribe, do like my pages and all my social media, and follow me, please. And I'd love your feedback about my desserts. I honestly would. Enjoy. Bye.
All right, guys. So yeah, we made it this thingy.